blah, zap.
We gotta find that kid.
Yeah, I don't know. He fell off.
I
hard.
don't. Yeah, he has fell.
He got
off.
like 3 shout-outs and
Yeah.
fucking. They're like, "Hey, this kid's kind of weird."
Is that the guy with the post office guy in his neighborhood where he was like, I'm a fuck with you or something?
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
No, I forgot who that is. It's not Andy Milanakis, but it's a kid that's
Yeah.
like that.
I never knew
You know
that he
who
was like
reminds me of
30 or
Andy
He
40.
was like old as fuck.
You know who he looks like? Who looks like him?
Maddox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if we were gonna say his name on the podcast.
We did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Name
It's
drop.
like,
It's my
at least
show.
he's got
I'm
time,
Andy
and he just looks
Milanakis.
like He's a wild person.
Yeah.
I'll make sure we're filming.
I always get anxious about
It's
when
good
I
to check.
actually hit the button.
Oh shit! I shouldn't have looked at those because that was pretty fucking funny. Damn. Let me leave that right there. Oh shit! We're cracking.
Cracking, smacking. Gotta introduce
A
the show.
toast. Yes.
What is up, guys? This is the All or Nothing Show. My name is Austin. I am the host, the guy or the dude, and we have
That's good.
today the boys, Brock, the guy, and Griffin. Just Griffin.
Yeah. Just showing up. Just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to be here again.
Yeah, another
Made
week.
It,
Another
made
week.
it to another
Yeah.
one. Let's take a sip
Feeling
because
tan for the
thanks, man.
mountains.
So I'll tell you what. I'm looking a little red actually. Hold on.
Maddie always fucks up and forgets sunscreen, so she's burnt from like head to toe. That's why she's wearing long sleeves today.
Oh, that's
Well,
funny.
she's a little bit more white than me
Yeah,
to start,
she
but
calls herself translucent.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
doesn't.
she can be a little white.
Yeah,
She doesn't coat her food in Frank's hot. Let's just
No.
say.
Nah.
ketchup's a
Yeah,
little
hot
spicy on her.
Oh fuck.
No,
But
not that
I went out there, and what got me was I got in the pool for like in half an hour. Had my arms. That was the only thing hanging out, like my upper body, and shoulders down, roasted, and it was like cooked, man, within 30 minutes. So I didn't expect to need sunscreen.
Dude, it was
that bad.
hot.
Yeah.
It was
That's how
hot.
I
It was
felt
hot,
too.
yeah.
My back is completely roasted too.
Yesterday, I ran just like 2 laps around, the gym area,
Yeah.
and even like the 20 minutes out there, I was a little nervous. I was like, without sunscreen, I was like, I might come back all red,
Cooked.
but made it okay.
Hell yeah. That's good. It's good. My weekend was good. Went out to the mountains, saw the in-laws. I'll
Looked
tell
like
you what.
had some good meat. Some ribs.
Yeah,
Dude,
that looked good.
I'll tell you what.
Or was it? Yeah.
No, it was amazing. It's
That'll
always
give you
amazing.
the itis.
But showed up, and I pretty much tracked or like made sure that it was like fitting to some extent. I think I overwent on the ribs. The first night I had duck steaks.
Oh, I've never really had it except in Chinese restaurants.
It's very good. It's a fattier meat
Yeah.
for sure, and I think that's what gives it all the flavor and makes it taste that good.
Yeah.
But it tastes beefy. Like it's kind of fucking weird that a duck would taste beefy. You'd think it'd taste like a chicken, but it's super tender, steak-like. If you told me it was beef steak, I would have probably thought it
I had a
was.
ribeye yesterday at Maddie's family.
Nice.
Very good.
Shit was fatty though. I was like, all right, my guts already handled it a little bit because I haven't been eating high fat at all. Like y'all know,
Yeah.
I roll low
you're
fat,
like
so I'm
1
not
gram a
used
day.
to. I'm not used to it. So I was like, all right, well my guts weren't that fucked up. And then the next day,
In the
I was
pool.
chilling all day. No, I was chilling all day, and then they broke out the
It
ribs,
floats up to the top.
and I went hard on the ribs. Like I probably ate like a whole rack myself. And they were, ribs are a little fatty. They're tender. They got juice. And
Yeah.
later that night, dude, and pretty much all day yesterday, straight colon cleanse, dog.
Dang.
No
like-
juice detox.
No, not needed.
Yeah.
The juice was coming out though,
Oh,
for sure.
Quick question.
Point of
have you-
personal privilege.
Yeah, point of personal privilege. He, him. Have you guys been? Have you been to TGI Fridays? I assume.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, fuck
all the
yeah.
time. Do you get the ribs there?
No, never.
Oh, what do you get?
Usually I do the endless appetizers they have. You can get like
My man.
you can get the boneless. You can get unlimited boneless. All you can
That
eat.
is true.
Boneless.
No, that's an
Or not
Applebee's
boneless,
thing.
wings.
Isn't that, does
Careful.
TGI do it
Yeah,
too?
TGI does it too.
Oh. But anyway, what do you
I'm pretty
get?
sure.
I don't know if I've ever been.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well,
if they
okay.
don't do it, I definitely
I
do
question
wings.
it
too.
I'm
because I
surprised they're still in
assume-
business.
I assume you haven't had the Jack Daniel's sauce.
Oh, I might have been. I might have
No.
had that on
that sound
burger.
familiar?
Jack Daniel's burger.
He would go to like some
I
place
drank
and go,
my
"Can
Jack
I get
Daniels,
the cheese?
bro."
Can I get a cheeseburger or do y'all have chicken nuggets?"
Hey, TGI Fridays is not a nice restaurant. This is when you
it's
don't want to
not-
microwave your own dinner.
That's true. It's not a premium, but I would say it's a step
It's like
above an
bar
Olive
food.
Garden because it's not on those like 4 restaurant gift card bullshits with like Olive Garden, Ruby Tuesdays, Outback. It's like a step above.
Yeah.
They have some nice things. Anyway,
My posture.
but the Jack Daniel's sauce is killer. And I was telling Maddie about it because they used to have one over in Short Pump. The baby back ribs are phenomenal. Or you can get
That's
the full rack,
Chili's.
whatever.
Baby back ribs with barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't
Or
go to Chili's, but anyway.
Applebee's or Ruby Tuesday. That's like the same thing.
That's
No.
like going to Shoney's, dog.
No. Y'all talking so much shit. Y'all are feeding into Maddie. Maddie was talking shit about. She was like, "That place is awful. Blah blah. It's not good." And I was hoping you could back me up.
No, I'll go there, but I don't go there like fired up. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get 2 tall boy beers and I'm gonna slug some wings. That's
I
the
guess
American
we all
dream.
got different
That's
different mindsets going into these places.
Yeah.
And I
American
usually
dream.
just drive by. That's still in business.
Yeah.
What's like? I don't know what I get excited for. Sushi King.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
pretty
that's the
good.
restaurant.
really
Texas
been.
If it
Roadhouse.
pops up, Texas Roadhouse. Okay.
Some
Like, there's
some
more
places make me
restaurants.
feel like I might get food poisoning, even though I haven't. It's like
You
sushi
scared of
places,
sushi?
Genghis Grill. For some reason, I had like a
my
bad
friend
experience at Genghis
had food
Grill.
poisoning there too.
I don't think it was from it, but I was sick while I was eating it or whatever.
Well, it all
and
just
so
sits out, and then
Yeah.
the tongs kind of like cross.
I'll admit, I think I got food poisoning once from Sushi King, but I
anything
try to
with
deny
raw
it.
meat's a little.
Yeah,
a little
well,
sneaky.
for $11.99,
Yeah, it wasn't.
I'll
it.
accept a
Yeah.
certain amount.
Yeah, shit my brains out that time, dude.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. Hey, well, people have been eating something and then coming to this gym and blowing out the toilet. So,
Well, I will say, whatever. If there is
Dude.
anything, it was not me. It all happened at home.
listen,
Came and got my workout in.
we've been in this gym like 8 months now, and I've never had a shit that has come up on the bottom of the
Yeah,
seat.
like ricocheted.
Ricochet, yeah.
Oh.
And somehow people are just fucking, it's like confetti out their ass. And I'm like, how are you doing that?
You know,
The women don't do that. What are you eating to do that?
women don't poop.
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just pee, tinkle,
Yeah.
They tinkle.
tinkle.
I took anatomy.
But for supposedly
Got a
they use the
college
most
degree.
fucking toilet paper in the whole building, like
Yeah.
combined.
100%. 100%.
They're using 3 rolls a day.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all
Yeah.
doing in there? Are y'all like confetti in that
Yeah.
shit? Like,
yeah.
what are y'all
Yeah.
doing?
Maddie will take it and like.
Holy shit!
oh god,
2 squares,
Yeah.
maximum.
Yeah.
Two
Especially
squares,
with the
max.
bidet, too. Yeah,
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I know.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know.
For carbon
And then they have
footprint.
tissues too at the same time. Like
Yeah.
What are you
blow
doing?
your nose with toilet
Yeah.
paper.
Or the
That's
paper
what a man does. Yeah,
I do it with that
paper
rough
towel.
shit. It's got a nice grip to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
a little
Yeah.
grip.
Yeah.
Polishes. The
Yeah,
nose
polishes
hairs.
the nose hairs.
Oh, shit. But a little update on my weekend.
I don't care about
Literally.
that. Nobody cares.
Anyway, yeah.
It's all about
But
this, the
anyway-
Brock show,
But
guys.
anyway, more about me. No, but the only reason I mentioned it, not about what I did, but more about we moved stuff around the gym. So we got a little bit of a different layout in the free weight room because we're making room for Jahan has a combo rack coming in. And so that's going to go in our free weight room so that we'll have the 2 combo racks, 2 power racks, and then we'll still have that competition bench. So it'll be a nice little space now. Calf raise is actually on back order till like 2023. So
Oh,
yeah, and they said it might get delayed even further. So you'll just
Man.
have
High
to make
demand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime you ask or put in a request,
Yeah.
it gets pushed back.
It gets
a little
pushed
bit
back.
more.
Unfortunately, that's the best we can do. But
Yeah.
I'll speak to the manager.
Yeah, we'll circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back to that. But yeah, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that
Trust
guy.
me.
Yeah, but
Nice.
but no, it's been nice. I feel like some people walk in there and they may not love it, but I think I've had a lot of good feedback from some people. Your client loved it.
Yeah.
Jim, and I've had some other people. It takes a little bit getting used to though. I mean, you're so used to things being one way.
Definitely opens
I
up. the
like
room.
it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all, actually. I don't know. I showed up and I was not expecting that, so it threw me off. But now I'm used
Yeah.
to it. Now that I'm already back there, I got
That's
it.
what I
The
think,
One thing
yeah.
I'll have to figure out though is like using the regular racks for things that are other than just squatting or other things, because like we incline benched over the weekend,
Yeah.
and I usually like that far rack to do that on, just to have like more space. But like this morning, the corner one, it's hard to not feel like you're in the way of like the regular bench too.
Yeah.
So certain things I'll just have to like play around with.
Some things, like I will say the corner power rack, you probably can't do anything outside of the rack. But for the most part, even an incline bench, if you set it up to where you are unracking from the back end, it should work fine inside. But I will admit, there are some things that if you wanted to squat or do an overhead press outside of the rack, you'll want to use the one that's closer to the door frame.
How am I supposed to do my rehab and band work?
Dude, that's the real question.
That's true.
I mean, this is a physical therapy
How
clinic
do you work
here.
shins?
Yeah.
Listen, y'all. So I assume y'all trained a GYMFLO training video. If y'all trained chest together,
We should have.
Oh yeah, dang. Yeah, it was like old times though. We did have a good workout.
Fuck
Yeah, it
y'all.
was pretty good.
I know.
Hope
It was. I will say, like, I haven't really lifted with anyone since Brock and I. Since Griffin
He hasn't cheated on me this whole time.
broke up.
Yeah.
I've been a bachelor, so
Yeah.
it
Nice.
felt pretty good to,
Did he put up some good weight?
He kept it kind of light, but so did I on most exercises. He likes keeping it light, but he's focusing on the form,
I
different
understand.
things.
Yeah, I get it. I just
He
like to
did
bust his
say
balls.
that-
Can't all blow out
My
our joint.
movements were pretty good. I will say, like, even though they were light, he did say that he could see a good
Yeah, I
contraction.
opened my mind to like the incline bench. You know, we don't like, and I will say I probably won't continue to do it, but I did like it in that day.
It was cool that day.
I mean, look, every exercise for every person.
I
you
get
know?
it, man.
But
I get it.
I feel like it's. I always kind of want people to fit my my split, my workout. So it's it's only fair that I once in a blue moon actually open my eyes to other people's workouts.
I will say it feels good, since I never really do it, to have a spotter on bench. I feel like I can get extra reps or push myself that much more.
Yeah.
So.
Me too.
Yeah, it's nice to just have like that's the one thing I missed from like training with Maddie consistently is like I knew I had someone who I could trust to like spot me and not fuck up like the spot, and so it's like if I wouldn't use it constantly, but if I did need a spot on like a last set, she'd be there or whatever, things like that. So it just makes it easy when you do have someone like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I like getting a spot for. Besides like something barbell.
Really just like chest, like
Yeah,
like a
barbell.
or
I like seeing Jahan having Kent spot him though.
yeah, dude.
Jahan's benching like 4-something.
465 Larson press. His feet aren't even on the ground, and he has this.
Core work,
he has
dog.
this guy. We love
my
Ken.
brother's friend. Yeah.
Yeah, so if he listens to this, I doubt he will. But 22, 24, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, 22-year-old kid.
Just
Works out a
over
bit,
the
but
top.
I wouldn't say he's he probably at max 315 deadlift, and that's relevant because if he had to deadlift 465 pounds off Jahan's chest, he wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
So
You have to call for backup.
yeah, so I was sitting back here in the I call it the lunchroom. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, man, I just pay rent here, man. I pay rent for the lunchroom back here.
But
Sold the dip
anyway,
machine to get
this
the foosball
table,
Yeah.
this table in this perimeter is the lunchroom. But once you move your torso outside of it, you're in the office
I don't know about that still.
now. But anyway, I was back in the HQ,
Okay.
and I saw it on live. John had it, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And so I ran over there just before he unracked it, just in case Kent needed another pair of hands to get that. But no, he hit it pretty smooth. So, but I got a little nervous.
Yeah. Dude's pushing a lot of weight.
Yeah, he was trying to pull 915 yesterday. He tried it a
What
few
the
times
fuck,
off,
man?
off
On
a
the barbell?
block. Yeah, barbell, but it was on a block.
I don't give a shit.
No, I don't care either. But he tried it like a few times, just wasn't moving yesterday. And
He finally got baby powder. That was a big thing for his thighs.
he's got those ham hocks.
They
But
does.
no, he didn't have that. I mean, it wasn't getting off the ground,
sure.
or off the block. But yeah, it's probably just a tough day. But I told him because I was setting up the camera for him. I was like telling him, I was like, hey, in a nice way. But he kind of got the message. I was kind of saying, hey, your camera quality's kind of shit on your phone. But I was like, I'll have no problem like filming for you and posting it so you can post it on your Instagram, because obviously his success in the gym is obviously, it's a mutual benefit
100%.
for both of us. He can, have more exposure,
Quality.
and we can get, exposure for, strong ass guy. So I was getting that set up, and then he's struggling to obviously pull it, and he was like, oh, sorry man, like, whatever. And I was like, dude, I'm not going to come over here and be like, I'm not impressed. You couldn't pull 915, really?
Yeah,
So
you're not that guy.
you're not that guy, pal. Trust me. But yeah, but he's, that's just the usual for him.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing your topics you wrote on the board, and I kind of had a topic that goes along with the one that you wrote.
I like that.
Because I was thinking about that yesterday when I was driving home. Because I saw that you were doing the 30 miles over the weekend.
Yeah. Well, not over the week. Over the week.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That'd be nice.
That completely ruins my topic.
Oh,
actually.
fuck.
Because I was thinking about.
Let's roll with it.
Yeah, I did 30
Yeah.
over the weekend.
Yeah.
When it comes to certain things like I was thinking about, you know what it takes to be great. And sometimes I feel like you have such a wide threshold, like once you get into the swing of things, whether it be gym, whether it be school, your grades, like your business, other things like that, you have such a wide netting of what's good to where like it's not just a dichotomy of great or bad, to where like might know what you need to be a great business owner. You might know what you need to have a great supplement line, or like be a great bodybuilder or something like that. But you're not necessarily going the wrong direction and being worse, if that makes sense, by not being great, but you're not being great at the same time. Does that make sense? So it's almost like the window of good is so wide that like you could be so much better, but it's so easy to fall into that like, oh, well, I know what I need to do to get by. I feel like almost when you have more time, like in a certain like, whether if you're I feel like I'm
You're doing mental gymnastics.
Yeah.
I'll save you. Yeah. I like what you're saying. The last sentence you said.
He's a good translator.
Made a good. Yeah. But what he's trying to say is, y'all are bitches. No. Basically, what you're saying is there's like a wide range of obviously like not trying at all or doing nothing or not being at something. There's a huge range of good, but it takes like a special elite kind of effort or discomfort to get to the great level. Is that what you're trying to say?
For example, with school, like high school or other things like that, it was very easy to kind of just, get good grades or other things like that.
Speak
to where
for yourself.
Like college was a little bit different, to where I feel like I could technically get like all A's if I wanted to, but I'm not failing. So like in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting by, like I'm doing well.
Yeah, C's make degrees.
Yeah, like the other day, I feel like I could wake up earlier before my morning client and like prep my breakfast and stuff like that. But I'm like, oh well, as long as I get the calories in, I'll just grab Chick-fil-A in the morning or something like that. To where I almost feel like the window can be so wide, like once you're a few years into something, that you kind of know what you can get away with almost, to avoid going the wrong direction, but you're not necessarily getting better. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Kind of. One thing that kind of connects with that is the quote I saw in someone's story, reposted on mine, also sent to you. You asked for it this weekend. Was talking a lot about burnout, and I was even having a discussion with Maddie's dad yesterday because we were talking about her younger brother. He's like 12. He plays soccer. It's like every day there's a practice, different teams he plays on. It's nonstop, year round. And, with that, a lot of times parents, or just, even separate from that scenario, but people overall are thinking about burnout. I remember when we were on the podcast with Doug, he was like, you're going to work all those hours, you're going to be burned out. And something that I thought, what I wrote on the board, is you have to be willing to do extra effort if you want to be extraordinary. And it sounds so simple, but like you were talking on your story yesterday, like a lot of people like, see what I'm doing or what you're doing or what these other like, big influencers are doing. And it's almost like they're living through the Instagram stories. But then when it comes for time for them to get up super early or put in over hours or go through weeks after week of like little sleep to like go the extra mile above it, they don't want to do that effort. They just want to get to the result. And it's like, I was thinking about how, I'm running 4 times a week. I'm trying to still keep up my like 2 leg days. And, with this past week of doing 30 miles total, it was hard to recover. But I was thinking about it and I was like, of course it's hard. It should be hard. Mm-hmm. Like if I want to really be like an elite athlete and do all these like cool things, it's going to fucking suck. And it's going to be really, really hard. But because I'm willing to do that, I'll reap like the benefits and I will be, a higher status than someone who's not willing to do all that or to be that top notch with the recovery or get up consistently at 3:50 in the morning and come here and do this and do that and stay on top of things. Because a lot of people will just hit snooze or say it's not a big deal, or they'll say they're sore, they'll take a day off, they'll say they're burned out. But the people that burn out aren't meant to make it, And so that's something I tell myself. It's like, are you just going to burn out and say you're tired,
The funny thing I feel like I see sometimes when it comes to business or other like critical life decisions is people will say that the people who made it, oh, that's just like survivor bias. Like the way you did it by saying that you won't have a plan B, like that's just because
After
you
the
made
fact,
it, you
yeah.
know? Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's interesting because you do kind of have like a burn the ships mentality of like, you know, you aren't going to think of it any other way than the way that you want it. But at the same time, like, that's what makes the survivors, you know? It's not a survivor bias when the people that made it, like, had no other alternative in their mind.
Yeah, I feel like just like it's as simple as like the quote from Babe Ruth that's like it's hard to defeat the man that doesn't quit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if you just like continue to show up and continue to do those like uncomfortable things, I just feel like people want to put in like average or like you were putting it, they want to put in that good enough work ethic and they wonder why they're not great. And it's like you have to do really uncomfortable things consistently. You can't just give it like a week of hard dieting or like a year of like running for me. Like I'm coming up on like a year taking it seriously. I can't do that and be like, why am I not good enough yet? It's like, no, it's got to be extremely hard because only like the top of the top have done extremely hard things. That's why they're up there. It's like, if it just took average effort is what I'm saying is like, if it just took average effort, then everyone would be there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think if I could answer the way I feel personally about waking up or just doing what you need to get by. And lately, I'm still not good at it. I'm trying to get better at it. And I always mention that I have these like triggers that I'll find myself, or it's almost like an outer body experience. I've done the bullshitting long enough to where, and I see other people doing cool shit, and I'm like, man, why am I not doing that? And then I like self-reflect during those moments where I'm like, man, I just don't feel like doing it. Whatever. I don't feel like going the extra mile for this or doing that extra cardio or prepping those meals. It's already late, whatever. I'm tired of not holding a standard to myself.
Yeah.
And not that I'm perfect. I'm definitely like getting better every day or every opportunity that I'm making that switch or that flip in my head where I'm like, fuck that, I'm doing it now, or I'm doing this, finishing that. It's just something about holding myself to a higher standard. And I'm like, don't get it twisted. I mean, I still have days where I come in and I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't feel like doing a goddamn thing. It's most days. But it's just having that mental trigger where I sense the bitch that's in me is like, fuck it. Chill out, man. You've been training hard all week, or you could go out and fit something in your calories or something like that instead of eating your prep food. And again, I'm not perfect. I have to fight that shit on the inside. Yeah. I usually don't mention it, but I have that switch, and it's just something I've been trying to work on, like for myself, and maybe that would help people out there. You got to find that trigger where it's like you sense it coming on, almost like a fucking seizure, and you're like, nope, fuck that.
Yeah, I feel like it's like looking at yourself. Oh, go ahead, Griffin.
I was just gonna ask you guys, like, for me, I feel like a lot of the things that I kind of mess up at is because I'm very passionate about like photo stuff, like bodybuilding, other things like that. And to me, I almost feel like I want to do it like the way I feel like it should be done. And then I don't do it that way. And then I almost fall off because like it's much better to be consistent and be 85% than to try to do it 100% and like fall off all the time, you know? Yeah. So I almost feel like I wish I could almost automate or like flip that switch sometimes.
It's tough
because it's hard to almost just be more robotic or remove yourself from like what needs to be done, because I feel like what fuels me is like the passion for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you need that though.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm communicating.
No, I think that's right. I think passion's where it starts, and I think passion is required, because otherwise, you know, you can discipline yourself as hell as you want, but if you're hating every minute of it, like every minute, then, you know, I don't think you're going to get to where you want to. But it's like when there's, you know, passion driving it, let's say with working out, there's passion driving it. Well, you know, when you have the slack of those days where you don't feel like it, you're tired, you're sore, that's where discipline kicks you in the ass and says, no, you're not taking this day off, or you're not skipping this meal. So it's almost like it fills in the cracks, you know, in the concrete. Mm-hmm. And one thing that you were talking about that, you know, I think was a good way of thinking about it is almost externally looking at yourself, like you said, from like an out-of-body experience, and thinking, what would think about like who you want to be. What does like a prime 100% effort Austin look like? What steps would he take in this scenario? Would he bitch out, or would he do an extra 20 minutes just because he was bitching? Oh, he'd do the extra 20 minutes. I want to do that so I can be that 100% Austin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the way to look at it.
I feel like that is interesting because I almost do feel like you have to really create this dichotomy in your head of like, okay, every decision is going to be either something that betters you or something that makes you worse almost, to where like you really can't have that mushy kind of like middle of the road mentality for the things that are going to like be a factor in that, your diet, your training, your business, other things like that. Like you really do have to think about, okay, waking up early when the alarm hits, if I get out of bed, is that going to make me better? Is that going to make me worse?
I think people just give themselves too many excuses. And like you said, like I have those days too.
I
was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, man, like this is, another, like the past week and a half, I haven't been able to get my 8 hours. I've been sore, like I said, from all this running. And I'm like, man, like I don't have that many videos tomorrow. We're just, Monday. I was like, I can come in later. We have the 24/7 thing. But I'm like, no, 'cause I just like can't just say fuck it that day. Not because I'm worried I'll fall off the rest of the week, but it's like I set myself back an hour or two that day. It's just not like who I want to be, and it's like you just have to look at it like that. And like you said, it literally is as simple as, does this decision make me better or does it make me worse? Does it get me closer to where I want to be or does it not? And yeah, I forgot where I was going to go with like decisions people make, but yeah, I'll leave it at that.
I'm just tired of being the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, not having much change in a while.
Yeah.
And I wonder, and I sit back and I'd wonder, and I'd see other people's stories or other people just getting after it and doing shit. And I'm like, why am I not doing something like that? Like, why am I just chillaxing, laying back, laying low?
And you can never get that time back.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
And it's just personally me. It's just, I want more. Yeah. I just want more out of myself and my life.
Well, one thing that I've thought about, and a lot of it has to do with my age, but I think it can go for y'all too. I know I'm like younger, but I think it's the same mindset. Is I look at what I've achieved at 21, and I'm like, I would be a fucking loser if I'm not like a millionaire by 30. Like, because I feel like I just set the standards, like, and I think it is important to set standards high for yourself, like you said, and just be like, hey, this is what you've done to this point. Your potential's through here. I'd hate to look at myself at 30 and be in the same position, or God forbid worse, and be like, you literally wasted potential. I want to like meet that 100%. If I can be up here by 30 and I only get here, it's like there's this whole gap. Like, was it a lack of effort? Was it like a wrong decision? And I just would hate to look back and be like, I couldn't get to point B because I just didn't feel like it some days, or I was just going in like half-assed. Like, I just hate to look at things like that. And so I just feel like I have to continue to raise the bar. Like, it's cool that I'm at this point in my life and maybe I'm past my peers, but I want to continue to like extend that lead. I want to run up the score and, continue to just raise that bar for myself. I feel like, I don't know. I think it is as simple as just having those high standards for yourself and making sure that you're taking the actions to meet them.
Yeah.
And every day thinking like, what is the plan today? And making sure you're taking actions to that plan.
What you mentioned, I haven't really thought about it, like the reason why I've switched a lot more recently and been a lot more conscious on just the little daily decisions I make or whatever. Like if I'm going through like, oh, should I do it or should I not do it? I'm 31 and I'm like, fuck. I mean, I'm old. And I'm technically like, I always thought 30 was old as shit when I was younger. And I'm like, man, what the fuck do I have to show for it?
Well, and I was thinking on my run the other day, and I was like, how do I say this in a way? And I know you'll take it in a good way and a not like offensive way. But I was thinking in like,
Austin's that loser. He ain't a millionaire. Yeah. He's a fucking loser.
No, but I was thinking about GYMFLO, and I was like, think about where it's at today, and think about, because I know I forgot. I think you sent me first forms, like their first warehouse or everything.
Yeah,
like the first product.
It's in a garage.
And I was thinking like, okay, GYMFLO's basically like been going for like 5 years, 6 years, somewhere around that. And it's like, and I remember I was responding to you. I said like, you just got to make it to that 10-year room.
Yeah.
And I was like thinking about it, and like honestly, in 5 years from now, if you're not doing GYMFLO full time, you fucked up.
Oh no, there's something wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong. And it's like looking at that reality and being like, okay, that's my standard. And maybe even 3 years, that should be my standard.
Yeah.
And it's like, I need to take the actions to be there. Because if I'm not, and I get to 36, and I'm still dicking around with like personal training, I'm wasting time.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that pressure, I saw one quote on my Instagram too. I really liked it a lot. It said, the clock is ticking down slowly, and everyone acts like it's not there. you know, which is basically like your time's running out. It's slow as shit, you know, hopefully for most people, but everyone's acting like it's not there, you know. There's no urgency.
Do you feel like you need to be able to have that kind of frame of reference? Like, do you feel like you need to just sit down, like think about it, write it, and kind of figure out that target to get to, like that person you want to be, that goal you want to have? Or like, I kind of feel like I'm similar to you, Austin, when we've talked about training before, but more so with life, of like, kind of just feel like I just show up, like take the day as it is, and then like I have certain things that like, yeah, I would like to do this eventually, but it's not like by this year I want to have this, by this year like I want to have this kind of lifestyle or something like that. I kind of just, I don't know, it's not really something I've thought about more so. I kind of have like a certain lifestyle I'd aspire to have, but I don't really know if maybe it is something I need to just kind of like sit down and figure out, like, okay, like frame of reference almost age-wise or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like I don't know, I'm wired like a certain way, and it's not right or wrong. So I was kind of hoping Austin would answer that question. But I feel like there's nothing that you're doing that's wrong. I just think, personally, when I have at least a vague idea in the distance, like I want to open up a gym in the distance.
Yeah. When
things lined up or things happened, I kind of had, I guess, an idea where I'd go. It's almost like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, when you have like these goals that you kind of remind yourself of, even if you're not taking like immediate action like instantly, at least I feel like things just kind of end up falling in place when you're reminded of it over time. Like, I don't know, when I set goals for myself, they just eventually happen. Not just by chance, but I think just by naturally thinking about them, eventually when the time to strike is there, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Because I've been thinking about it, if that makes sense.
Because I feel like, for me, it's been really helpful being around you guys and kind of being around the attitudes y'all have and like what y'all do. But I think about, like, for example, when I worked at Gold's, it was almost like this more so driven by fear or like a negative motivation of, like, I would see people that, you know, have been there 9 or 10 years, and it's like, dang, I bet they thought they were only going to be here like 1 or 2 years when they first started, and like they've hit the ceiling 5 or 6 years ago, and like they're just spinning their wheels. But I almost feel like now, maybe more so because everything is more so like freelance, make your own income, like we do, you know, a bunch of different things just to like make money. I'm almost like, well, I like this. It's like fun. It's dynamic. So I don't really feel like I have like a tangible thing to aspire to, just because like it's fun to just show up every day and see what happens, sort of thing. But I don't know. I just think about, like, even with you, Austin, I remember when I first met you and we would meet in like the No Limits or other things like that in the back room and just like do content or like plan stuff or like a game plan going forward. I always felt like, of that trifecta you were working with back then, like you were always the one that like carried the whole company basically, and like busted your ass driving all around, like putting in orders, getting stuff, you know, calls or other things like that taken care of. And now I almost feel like, you know, it is one of those things that you always want to be like the dumbest person in your friend group, or like, you know, the one that's like trying to catch up. And I almost feel like, for how much I feel like I used to see you do, I almost feel like now with Brock, like y'all are not only like equal, but almost like you attack it in different ways. So where like some things I feel like you catch up to him, some things he takes from you and like catches up to you too. So I don't know. Do you almost feel like that's carved out more of like what you want to accomplish now that y'all have been together, or like it's different minds, like going towards the same goal overall?
I think it's he's a huge help.
Yeah,
you are too, for sure. And
really.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I don't think I can, you know, there's no way I can take this by myself and go as far as it should go, or as far as the potential is, you know. I think it'll still be slow, very slow if I'm doing it on my own, you know, because I'm half in, like I'm personal training, you know.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I definitely think it's going to take a team of people to make this a true, like, company. You know, for sure. It's not going to be a one-man band.
Even with the gym, like, I couldn't do it as far as, obviously, like, promoting, you know, and extra hands and support, but y'all's opinions and grabbing stuff and continuing to like, bounce ideas off. The gym wouldn't be the same. I think my own personality wouldn't be the same. I think I have my friend group is literally y'all two and Maddie basically. And
hopefully we're the best men.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think, having that small group, obviously I can really like lean on y'all for trust and support and this and that. I know if I need something, it's there. But also I feel like I hold my standards really high because I feel like when I win, we all win. And so I almost want to, like you kind of mentioned, Griffin, I don't want to be the lagging part. I feel like, not that any of y'all like depend on me like directly or in any kind of way, but I almost think of it that way, to where it's like if I'm slacking off, if I'm skipping, if I'm not, working hard, then I'm bringing everyone else down, at least to where the potential could be.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a pressure I set on myself, is just like, making sure that I'm continuing to grow my own personal brand, grow the gym, all these things, because, my success is y'all's success, and back and forth.
It definitely is.
So.
Everybody's a cog in the bigger wheel, if you know what I'm saying, or spoke in the wheel per se. That's how we've gotten to where we are now. At least is us. Whether it be social media or just helping move shit, build this place out. It was us.
Yeah.
And so far, GYMFLO, since it's been in here, has been us. So it wouldn't be what it is without us.
And it was a vision like, we had with, you moving in here. It's not just, so you had a place to put your stuff, but also so we could have more consistent content and be very collaborative. And I know we used to like joke and kind of dream about, okay, like, what ideas could we have? Or, I'm right down the hall and we're always seeing each other. It's like, what could we turn this into? And I think, the past 7 months have been very successful, and there's so much planned that just hasn't been able to get ordered because things are delayed. But once they are moving into 2022, we're already kind of eyeing some things for that, which is kind of crazy. It's like a 6 month out, but it's good to have a vision for it,
I feel better on thinking that way.
That's a good point.
And it's good to feel prepared both for the gym, for GYMFLO, and have a vision for it, and also have, again, that support system. I think is very important because, like you said, I think a lot of things, and I think for your own business or goals, you still need to be the sun in your solar system, but each planet has its purpose.
Well, I think about too.
That was good.
Is that astrology?
Dude.
He's an Aquarius.
Doge to the moon.
I was gonna say though, and not to like make an excuse or anything, but I think about how different the dynamic has been this past year for GYMFLO. And I think about, I know you kick yourself sometimes if you see like a First Form or a BPN or other things like that have taken off. But I do really feel like if it had been this kind of core dynamic from the start, like I can only imagine what 5 or 6 years in would be like. So, I know you have the 10-year plan, but I think about, 5 or 6 years from now, like it can only be that much more exponentially better.
But that kind of wraps into connection, though. I think that's a good example of why I think it's important to have those loose goals and those long-term visions, and that it's the accumulation of kind of hard work and just coming in with the right attitude and with a plan in mind to do something to, like you said, make that decision to how can we be better today, just a little bit better, just a little bit better. And I think, if there was just a loose goal of, we'll see what product we have when the money's there or whenever, then you're kind of like playing catch-up.
Yeah.
And so I think it's the same deal with personal goals. Just to kind of wrap this whole podcast together, is having a clear mindset of who you want to be, what that person does, how they act, what they look like, who are they surrounding themselves with, how do they think, what time do they get up, almost creating that persona around that individual you want to be, and then just reminding yourself when you get to those uncomfortable decisions, those 3 a.m. alarm clocks, those afternoon workouts, what would that person do in this situation? And then take that action.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing too, is like just it all comes down to action, like just acting and figuring it out as you go and not trying to like overthink it too much. Just keeping it simple too.
Yeah, I think like lately I've felt uncomfortable, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like, oh shit, we're doing something.
I think daily discomfort's just necessary.
Uncomfortable doing the cardio, uncomfortable being a little hungry, but uncomfortable financially. Like with GYMFLO, we've got a lot of products sitting here, and it's
a little tight.
but it's tight. But it's not like, oh, we don't have anything to show for it. There's now a good wall of product just sitting there. Yeah. But it's like, well, shit, we got more product that's going to be coming back in that needs to be like saved up for, financed, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, fuck, things are like, there's a little pressure, which is good because I, like all day yesterday, over the weekend on the way back in, I was like, man, I'm ready to get there so I can start making some shit, making some moves, hopefully, moving something forward.
Right now,
to
it's like a peak of a lot of product coming in, a lot of money being spent. But once like you get over that top of that roller coaster, motherfuckers rolling.
Yeah,
most definitely. I feel like that's hopefully what it's going.
Yeah, because we're sitting in a good position right now. I mean, there's, like I said, a good amount of product. So it's not like in the past where we've had pressure and our dick in our hand, for product.
All right,
it's like, what are we doing with this?
Wake up, buddy.
Yeah, it's time to get to it.
Yeah.
But, I do have some questions, by the way.
Well, while you pull those up, housekeeping notes. Party in the Gym. It's back.
This
July 10th.
Podcast brought to you.
10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is a free open gym. Just show up to Iron Built Gym. Have a good time. There'll be tables, samples, pre-workout on deck, Overcome on tap. It's going to be killer. It's going to be a great time. There'll be like promotional cards for these different businesses. You can save a little bit of money, try some stuff, buy some stuff, have a good time. However, if you really want to get in on a good deal, people are sleeping on this, buy an RSVP ticket. It's $30, just $30. You get 2 shirts, 2 meals, sample packs from 2 companies. I mean, it's over $80 value.
Yeah.
And I think people are sleeping on it. Maybe they're a little confused. Maybe they're just sitting there with a dick in their hand. But get a ticket. You can find the link on our profile page. Just $30, like I said. You're getting 2 shirts, 2 meals, and samples.
The grand slam of events. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, the Denny's. Like,
do you want to be the person at the party in the gym without a party in the gym shirt?
You're going to show up. You're going to be like, damn, that food looks good.
This is the TGI
I've been waiting for, like...
Yeah.
Unlimited
No one...
appetizer.
There's not meals there.
Yes.
So if you're showing up and you're like, man, I'm hungry, then you're just going to go buy food. Why not get a little deal, save a few bucks on the meal you were thinking about buying, already have it.
Yep. And plus come out and party. So...
$30. Link in the Iron Built Gym bio.
Get you one. We'll see you there.
Come on, get you one.
So, this one's for all of us. I'll go first. Fuck one, marry one, kill one. Bang, Rain, and Monster. Which Rain is kind of owned by Monster, but I get the difference. Fuck one, marry one, kill one. I'm going to fuck Monster. I'm going to marry Rain. I'm going to kill Bang.
I'm in agreement. I'm marrying Rain, yeah. Fuck.
Kill Monster.
Okay.
Fuck Rain, marry Bang.
You are a banghead.
Yeah.
If you ain't banging, you ain't hanging.
Yeah, that's true.
These
Look
delts,
at the
these delts, these delts.
Yeah.
You see them
He
coming.
is a badass.
You see them going.
People hate, but he's got it. He's living his best life.
Yeah.
Which excessive, this might be accessory maybe, which excessive do you find hardest to nail down the form?
What
I think
the fuck
accessory.
does that mean? It still doesn't make sense with accessory. Exercise.
Oh, exercise, yeah. Okay, it says which excessive do you find? So, yeah, exercise. Which exercise? Nail down the form one. For me, I'm going to probably have to go my form. I never feel as good with the deadlift lately. Like, I'm not able to lock my hamstrings in really good lately. I just can't I don't know if it's because my glutes or hamstrings or hip is tight, but I can't really feel strong like I used to with the deadlift.
Yeah.
For me, it's overhead press because you got to tuck your chin back.
Yeah.
You got all that. You're trying to keep it in line. Your back's trying to stay tight. You're standing. A little hard.
What about you? He's Mr. Form over here. He's perfect.
I would say the hammer strength machine. No, I'm just kidding. I would say probably skull crushers, honestly.
Those are tough to keep my elbows into.
Yeah, I never really feel
My
like I
shit's
get a
just-
good tricep. It's a lot of like just correction in the shoulder and then like elbow, just feeling it.
You're right.
overall.
And I hate to do them for some reason flat anymore. I always like to do them incline for
Yeah.
some reason. I don't know why that like gets
Depends
something
on
out the
day
way.
for me.
Yeah. Next question. Asked you earlier. Are the meals that come with the party in the gym ticket trackable via MyFitnessPal?
Yes, they're trackable. So all Clean Eats meals, grab-and-go meals, all that they sell is trackable on MyFitnessPal. Honestly, one, they put the macros on the ship, but also if you just Google it on MyFitnessPal, it pops right
Yeah,
up.
it should.
Yeah.
Now, Hangry Joe's, you might have to finagle a little something to make that fit.
Yeah.
But that's a
Listen,
coach's orders. That's a cheat.
That's
It's
a
chicken
dirty
breast.
eat. That's
Yeah.
a dirty eat.
Yeah, chicken breast. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's guilt free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one,
Bot.
Which one
No.
was the Gino
shit.
one?
both exercise and trackable. Sorry for calling you
Thank
out,
you,
Gino,
Gino.
but thank you, Gino. You came through, dude. Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it? Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Possibly.
Griffin knows. He still got it though.
Yeah.
He found it.
Trying to work up his duration
works.
again.
Yeah, well, let's crack into these. So this is a new card game that we got going on here called Bad People, and it's the party game you probably shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, basically you ask or you read like a question scenario, whatever it is, and then we pick who's most likely or something like that.
Yeah, you judge who you think would fit the card.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And make sure when you're watching this, you let us know who you think in the comments below you think the card fits with. Because you guys obviously know us or getting to know us. So
Getting to know us.
rock and roll.
Most likely to randomly FaceTime me naked at 2 a.m.
Oh, shit.
I guess I'd say Austin. I can't imagine Griffin. Well, Griffin might be awake at 2 a.m. Only reason he'd be
might be
naked if he's
naked
on
at
the
2.
porch.
Oh, fuck.
I feel like
Only get naked on the porch.
I feel like Austin would be taking a shit, and so he'd technically be naked, but he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be showing me anything.
I've done like FaceTime type shit naked. I just act like I'm, hold it
He's
high.
just
and
laying
like,
on the bed, his feet kicking.
Get
Yeah.
that bussy in the
like-
background.
Yeah.
That bussy just popping.
So what are you doing?
Oh, that back there? Oh,
Ain't nothing.
Strategically placed mirror.
yeah, it's a little warm. Oh, yeah. Just a little warm in here. Go ahead, flip one, dog.
Another create your own card.
Damn, dude.
Oh,
Why-
really? Oh, skip that shit. Then.
What?
Unless you
Let
got
him rock.
something.
I mean, sometimes he's good.
Let me think.
Do you want to think about it and I come back?
Yeah. Let me take my time on my order.
Who needs to masturbate more? Like, who needs to? I need it. Who needs to masturbate more?
I would have said Griffin, but now I don't know.
I don't know.
It might be getting the job done.
Well, he told me he went monk mode for a while.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's true. Had to retain.
He like
Builds the test.
what is that belt that they put over a
handcuffed
chastity?
his hands away from
What's
him.
that belt? The chastity
Chastity
Tried
belt
to like
or whatever,
hypnotize myself.
Yeah.
where it's like an iron belt where
Yeah,
you can't grab
padlock.
it.
Yeah. Parent lock the website.
If I'm gonna say who masturbates more, I have a feeling Brock does.
He always knows these
I just-
porn stars.
That's what I'm
Well,
thinking.
no,
I
here's the
also
reason, though. I'm
I'm
very
like, I just hit a
observatory.
run. I'm endorphins are up.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
gonna break
going
one
to
off.
take
real
a
quick.
shower.
Bust one off real
He's
quick.
like, oh, that
and it's like a nice
conditioner.
post workout. Ah,
Yeah. That's true.
It'd be like that sometimes. No,
he
but-
goes to lay
it's
down on the
natural.
bed
No,
after
okay.
The
he
only reason I know the names is just
Natural.
because half the time I won't even watch the video. I'll look at the comments and they're funny as shit on like a porn video. You ever look at the comment
no,
section?
never. I don't. Usually I'm there to watch.
Yeah.
I ain't reading.
Well, I don't
But,
spend much time. But it's funny sometimes.
They're great actors. That's why I watch.
Yeah. that's
Only
true.
acting.
Gotta
Great
support.
acting. I don't
Yeah.
do anything. I just they're
Good
great
plot.
actors. Yeah,
Yeah.
good plot.
Well,
Yeah,
Some,
usually
of the,
the
some of the
story.
plots, man. Oh man.
I hope everybody in the comments puts you as well.
I hope not. Most likely to short themselves.
When was the last time?
Not once, but
I don't know, but I would say Austin again. But I feel like for some reason maybe Griffin eats something and it just
With
me?
the amount his office smells.
I'm gassy, but I got good control. Good control.
locks it up real quick if
Yeah.
he feels
Yeah.
liquid coming.
I don't eat like stuff that turns me like that either. I don't eat like Taco Bell or whatever, anything like that. So
Well, you said Griffin.
just to switch it up, I don't want to keep calling you out.
I
Maybe
mean,
Griffin
I
eats
feel like all
something
these
that-
cards, everybody's like, "Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome."
That's what I mean.
awesome.
That's what I'm trying to switch it up.
Yeah. Well, thanks, but we want honesty here.
I feel like Brock, honestly. But that's
That's all right.
I mean,
Apparently, I'm just
I
masturbating
feel like
sharp.
I mean, am I just calling it out there that this might be giving it away that everybody's at least probably once had an accident or a close call in their
Yeah,
life?
Last time it was like I was 8.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what I'm
sick.
saying. Yeah, I ain't talking.
I was
I mean,
taking
in
some
life.
sort of medication.
Oh, he's blaming it on the medicine.
Yeah.
This is one where you're just ripping one and you just fucking got a little too relaxed.
Oh, something feels off.
Yeah.
Fortunately, yeah, never mind. I've never felt like I'm about to crap myself
I've almost
deadlifting or
drilled it.
squatting or anything. I
Not
never even
squatting.
farted doing that.
Oh yeah.
Never.
I did
Jake
that
does it all the
other
time.
day
He gets on leg press
doing
every
over
rep.
rope.
Bark. Bark. I'm like,
I
dude,
feel
how
like-
do your guts get that compressed to where it just forces shit out of you?
I feel like it's because he's like a laborer. Every like
Yeah.
laborer I've known has been like the gassiest person ever.
Their sphincters
Well,
just
they're
get
eating
loose.
like I feel like
Potted
gas
meat.
Yeah,
station
just
hot dogs.
bullshit.
And shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely to die first.
Oh yeah, I picked that one. That was the one I read before, and I was like, I would say Austin, but I don't think so because nothing's killed you yet.
Yeah, that's a
So,
good point. That's a
I
good
have
point.
a feeling that I'm going to live a long, hard life, like a long one.
But the only scenario I
hard.
feel like Griffin would have a sudden scenario is if he was like hiking maybe, and some black bear just came out, or he, tripped off a cliff.
I do feel like
Yeah.
Griffin lives a little.
I
like-
almost remember the time I almost thought he got.
Yeah.
I thought because he didn't respond all weekend. He went on this weekend like hiking trip in like
Yeah.
Shenandoah or something.
It was definitely
and
questionable.
He was like, "I'll be back Monday," and so I'm like, "Okay." And so I like messaged him later Sunday, no response. I'm like, "Okay." Then I shoot him a text Monday, and we're supposed to do the podcast. There's no response. I'm like, "Dude, he might be like gone. Like something might have happened." I've got no text. He won't like respond.
Buffalo
which is
Bob
rare.
got him.
Yeah.
But now he came back.
Yeah, I was there for the show. I showed up.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably. I don't know. I wouldn't go with Griffin. Honestly, I don't know. I almost say myself because some of the shit that I do, but I
It's gonna
don't.
take a lot of grams of caffeine.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Instead
have
of
a
an
long life ahead of me.
EKG, they just revive Austin by like, get two monsters. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, stone cold.
Open
him.
his mouth.
Were you done with both of yours?
No, I got
because
one
I do
more.
have my create your own.
Oh yeah. Well, you want me to do one more?
Yeah, you
finish
can
with yours?
finish that up. Yeah.
All right. Oh fuck. Who has the lowest standards? I'm probably
This
gonna call
guy.
myself
Yeah,
out.
this guy. I don't
I'm
Well,
getting-
when it comes to what, I guess we're talking about women.
Yeah. Well. I don't know. Well, I guess yeah. If it came to like foods and I don't know anything, but I'm a very laid back, like fuck it
Yeah.
type dude.
Have fun no matter what.
Yeah, I can be that way. But I'm trying to raise those standards up.
Yeah.
I'm on the show, guys. All right. I just talked about it. I've been raising
Yeah, I'd probably
standards,
say Austin.
but overall,
both.
definitely probably me.
Mine would be which of us do you feel like would be the most likely to be in a life-changing scenario, good or bad? Like something randomly happens to you that like you get some sort of notoriety or come into like some crazy way of making money or like something bad happens to you out of the blue.
I think you probably because I don't know. I have a feeling I might say fuck
Yeah.
it all. I'm gonna be part of Lamb of God, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
joining.
true.
I'm joining the band.
He's
I feel
the,
like once I tell my tattoo artist that we got 2 Lamb of God members at our gym.
Do you think he's gonna sign up, or he's
No.
just gonna fucking
That's true.
flip
No,
shit?
but he'll probably think it's really cool.
Oh,
he'll be like, "Oh, cool, dude."
All right, cool.
Yeah, and then the
All right,
back
cool.
guy- Yeah, I know. But oh, and no one knew except fucking Jake telling all his family members. But Kip Moore,
Oh,
country artist Kip
yeah.
Moore, did come to the gym.
Something about a truck.
Yeah.
Something about a
that's true.
truck,
Beer
beer
money.
money. Yeah.
I
So
gotta listen to that beer money.
yeah, but yeah, small tidbit about Ironville Gym. We did.
Was the
have,
concert at least cool?
Oh yeah, it was good. And he sounds good live.
Yeah.
Sounds just like it. So it's
Oh,
not
when
like
you
bullshit.
lip sync, it sounds good.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. He did good. It was a good show. But yeah, he came here lifted literally like 2 hours before he was on stage.
Yeah.
Um,
Anybody else with him?
no.
So he drove himself?
I guess. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I feel the way everything was lined up, I expected like a fucking van or a limo
Well, I
to
think
drop him
I think
off.
a couple band members were going to come, but I guess they got screwed and had to stay back
set
with the
shit up.
opener. And yeah, because they were in sound check at like 3:00, and I was like, dude, how are y'all gonna make it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that work. Hey, my man's about his gains, I
Yeah,
guess. I love
but,
that.
It's all good. Yeah. Yeah, he came in, did some shit, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, Sarah Buckley was here, and I think Kelsey and like 2 other people, and then after he left,
Anybody
like,
get pictures?
no, but he was kind of like would like look at people. I think mainly because he was like, do they notice like who I am? Not, I don't know if it was
You're
in
not
like
that
a.
guy,
I don't
pal.
think. Yeah, I don't think it was like a hubris way, but almost like, are they looking at me? Like, do
Yeah.
they notice? Are they gonna ask for a picture? Like that kind of thing. Because later Sarah was telling Maddie like that guy just kept staring at me like, who is he? And
Does she listen to country?
yeah, of course, yeah. I told I told who like was like loved the shit. Alex Church,
Oh,
'Cause
shit.
He loves,
Yeah, he loves
obviously
country.
Eric Church is his guy,
Yeah.
but he loves country, and so he's like, oh shit, Kip Moore, yeah. So
Yeah. Well,
Pretty
we
cool.
talked that Jake showed up hours early.
Yeah.
He was waiting.
How long
like
did
a
Jake stay? Because I
fangirl.
left.
Like 2 hours.
Fuck.
even my
Yeah.
mom stayed.
Maybe a
She did like
little
a
more.
2.5
Yeah, she
hour
came in
workout.
early,
She came
though.
in early thinking he was gonna show up early. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Too soon, Junior.
Anyway, listen, people, we might have some famous people come through, but you
Just
can't
gotta
be.
show up.
Yeah, you can't be trying to plan it and take a picture with. Let them
No.
work. Let them work out.
Let him work. It's a place
Yeah.
to train.
Yeah, we'll have to get them on the show next.
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully soon. Maybe I'll get one of the boys on there. We'll see. But which I just
boys?
what I just talked. Well, when I was training Mark this morning, he said,
Oh,
Jamie
yeah.
from Hatebreed has a podcast,
Oh.
and ever since COVID, once they got off tour, he
Yeah.
started a podcast. Now he's trying to get into he's been into fitness, been off to fitness, but now
Send them to Iron Bill. Where
Well,
do they live?
I don't know. But Mark said he was texting him last night or the night before. They texted back and forth, and he was like asking him what he's been up to since they've been off tour, and he was like, "Oh man, I'm working out at Iron Built, blah blah blah. Lost like 10, 12 pounds already. He's like, I'm trying to get down to the 180s, blah blah blah, which he's only a couple pounds away. But he was like, "Yo, come on my podcast and let's do a challenge. Who can drop 20 pounds the quickest? You know, and do a challenge." And he was like, "No, I ain't doing that. I don't want to." He's like, "I think for him, it's more so
The pressure?
Yeah, pressure. It's too public, blah blah blah." But he said he wanted to get on the show though, regardless. And I was like, "Shit, I got a show too, brother, man. Come on."
Yeah, we're kind of a big
Yeah,
deal.
just take a few steps this way. You're in here. But yeah, I definitely think Art. He's cool. He's
Yeah, he's
my
real
age.
cool.
He's like 32, whatever. I think he'll definitely come on. We worked out yesterday. I just happened to come in. I was sitting here on the computer, and I forgot some younger kid. I forget his name, but I heard the door beep. And I was like, oh, whatever. And he comes around. He's like, oh shit. It was like 6 o'clock on a Sunday. We worked out a little bit. But yeah, it's cool, man. Real cool. Cool people. But I guess that's it, right?
It's a good show.
Yeah, good
A lot of
show.
fire. I was gonna say, I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, I'm in the mood for a good, like, motivational,
Fuck yeah.
practical podcast. Today was good.
You know what? I'm going to throw a cherry on top.
Oh shit!
If you made it this far, you're getting a deal. Overcome is going back on the site, pre-order. Use code AON show, AON show at checkout, getting 20% off
Damn.
right now for the next week until Friday. Until Friday. After Friday, you ain't getting that shit. This is only for you.
You got 5 days or 4 days. Yeah.
Order it now. That is all, guys. We will see y'all next week. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Leave us reviews because that helps us out, spreads the word. Make sure you share us on your stories and tag us. We love to see that. Till next time, we're out. Till next time, we're out. Later.